jam. Not moving, man. What did I do? You gotta have a point. Why you got me now, Dad? What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
That's what happens when you
pull a knife. You got proof? Come on. You got proof? Besides this fucking mentally ill guy's word? No, you see what he's doing to me? How? No one would be able to relax right now, man.
Anything on you?
No, just regular shit. No weapons, nothing. Jesus Christ, man. I fucking hear sirens and shit. I woke up and you guys are like, this is like a hostage type situation.
Do you have a hostage in there, Alex?
Shut up.
It's in my ear. It's a vape.
Did you say one detainment?
Yes.
Did you clear the channel?
It was cleared, yeah.
They cleared it?
Yeah. Okay, this is the...
I'm going back to home.
Just 19, clear the channel.
I'm gonna bring it.
Police service.
Are you okay with us doing expected to your house?
Sure. Okay.
Absolutely.
What did the knife look like that he threatened you with?
One of our steak knives.
Okay. Was it...
He didn't swing it at me.
Okay.
You know, he didn't try to stab me with it, but he came out. I was walking in this garage door
Yeah.
right here trying to get in. We were just in there a little bit ago. I was mowing. I went in for a glass of water. My wife was here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're going through a eviction because he's just been violent and hateful.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I come over here and do stuff here, whatever. So it kind of got heated. And whatever. He has mental illness. I'm sure you see that on the records and stuff, but he's just being hateful, and we're just trying to stay away. We don't know what he's going to do next.
Yeah.
You know, he kept telling me to shut the fuck up, leave, I'm a fag, I'm all this, call me names, all this shit. And then he was demanding me to leave out of my own house.
So when did
Reporting
he...
me and whatever. So eventually I left, came out here and started weed whacking, finishing up weed whacking.
Yeah.
And then I went to get another glass of water, and that's when he was holding the door, wouldn't let me in. I unlocked it. He had it locked. So then I unlocked it to get in, and then he was telling me to leave, just leave, just leave. And as I was coming through the door, he ran into the kitchen, grabbed the steak knife, and came back. And he was probably about this far away when he was holding the steak knife up.
Did he say anything while he was holding it?
Really, Alex, or Big T, or whatever you want to call yourself, bro? Like, really, bro? You gonna pull a knife out on your pops, man? Y'all just heard what his dad said, right? Y'all just heard it. Hey, Sally, this is what you need to take notes on. You see how Alex, you see how that man called the police on his own son? You see how he take evictions paper out on his own son? You need to take notes, Sally. Take notes. This man right here, his dad, his pops or whatever, ain't tolerating that mess. He ain't tolerating. You see how fast he called. You see how he called the police. He ain't like Sally, you know, giving Cyrax many chances and everything like that. But see, this is why we've been trying to tell you, Cyrax, that had it been any other parent out there, you'd have been long gone by now. And you see what Alex is going through. His dad ain't playing. His dad ain't playing. His dad ain't even hesitating to call the police on you. His dad didn't even hesitate. And rightfully so. You got to be the shittiest person. And let me just say this for all the people out there who disrespect their parents. Those who disrespect their parents, pull a knife out on their parents, talking junk to your parents like they some bomb on the streets or whatever like that. Y'all ain't nothing, man. You're nothing. You guys ain't nothing. For those who sit there and try to fight their parents, your parents, they sat there, they put a roof over your head, took care of you, everything like that. And now when you get grown, you want to be disrespectful to your parents, man. I ain't got no respect for people who put their hands on their parents out there. I got no respect for nobody like that. I can understand if people like Alex or Cyrax was like in an abusive relationship with their parents growing up from now to the adult, then I can understand that. But neither of you guys grew up in an abusive life. Neither of y'all. You know, Alex, you live in a nice big house. You know, your parents, you know, your dad, you live in a nice neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It don't look like no ghetto neighborhood. It don't look like no hood, nothing like that. But it look like a well-gated community neighborhood that y'all stay at. And I don't respect people like that. That ain't no G shit right there, Alex. That is not no G shit right there. Because your dad sound like a cool guy. You know, he sound like a very cool guy. And that ain't no real G shit right there, Alex. That's not no real G shit right there, bro. Because that's crossing the line when you decide to pull a knife out on your parents and be very disrespectful. You know, I've said this in one of my videos a while back ago. You know, I remember my grandmother used to tell me that don't nothing good come from a disobedient child. And, you know, people like Cyrax and Alex, y'all are some disobedient child. Nothing good comes from a disobedient child. Because, like my grandmother used to say, two things that's going to happen with a disobedient child. You're going to end up in prison or you're going to end up dead. Because when you be a disobedient child by talking to your parents, threatening your parents, putting your hands on your parents, nothing good comes from that. Because karma is definitely going to come your way. A miserable life is going to come your way when you're somebody like Alex or Cyrax that disrespect their parents, they put their hands on their parents. Nothing good comes from that. Because people who put their hands on their parents, people who disrespect their parents and cuss their parents out like they nothing but a dog, people like that usually ends up having a very miserable life. They do. They have a very miserable life. And that's why your life is so miserable right now, Alex, because you're disrespecting your dad, you're disrespecting your stepmother. You ain't no man, bro. You're a little punk for that, bro. Like, real talk, bro. I don't respect people who disrespect their parents. I don't have no respect for no humans on earth that thinks about want to put their hands on their parents. And you know what, Alex? You better be counting your blessings that your dad ain't pulled no gun out and smoked your ass. Because some parents out there will kill their own children if they get out of pocket like that. I've seen it on the news. You know what parents say? You know, there's an old saying, what parents has been saying for a very long time, from generation to generation. And you know what a lot of parents be saying to their children? I brought you into this world and I damn sure will take your ass out. And let me tell you something, Alex. I don't know if your dad's that type of person or not, but you know what? Your luck's going to run out one day. Your luck's going to run out, man. Because your dad, he might not be that kind of person, but if it had been any other parents out there, they done shot you, Alex. They done shot you down. Especially, and a lot of parents don't really want to do that. They don't really want to kill their own kids, but sometimes parents out there are forced to make the hard choices. Especially when you got a child, they're like teenagers or they're like adults or whatever like that, and then they think about wanting to put their hands, like you raised this child, now suddenly the child that you raised, they want to be violent with you. They want to put their hands or they want to get up in your face. And you know what? I think I would feel the same way. If I had a son and he's like in his 20s, like Alex is, I think I would shoot him. I think I would take him out of this world. Will it hurt me? Yes, it would hurt me if I had to kill my own son. But sometimes parents out there that have killed their own children, had no choice but to make the choices. And yes, it hurted them that they had to kill their own kids, but sometimes parents gotta go there. Because it is wrong to sit there and get up in your parents' face and try to fight your own parents and threaten your parents. So you better be counting your blessings, Alex, once again, that your pops didn't delete you. Been any other parent out there, you'd be dead right now, bro. You'd be dead. You try to run that man's house and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Your dad's gonna have to make that difficult choice. Because calling the police ain't gonna do no good. It just ain't. And I know you guys out there saying, damn, Jug, you think everybody should get killed if they get out of pocket with their parents? You damn skippy. Anybody that's disrespectful to their parents, they put their hands on their parents, whether it's a mother or father that raised you, took care of you, put a roof over your head, and you think you want to put your hands on them? No, you deserve death. You deserve death. And if it doesn't be by your parents' hand, it's going to be by somebody else's hand. It's going to be by somebody else's hand, and God's going to make sure of that. God's going to make sure that if your mom or dad don't delete you, somebody else is going to delete you. Either the police is going to delete you, you're going to get deleted somehow. God's going to find a way to make sure you pay for your sins for being disrespectful to your mother and your fathers. I don't feel sorry for people like that, thinking they can talk junk to their parents, and the next thing you know, karma creeps up on them. You can't feel sorry for people like that. So, yeah, your dad might not be that type of person, but, you know, he's probably going to have to make that decision. He's going to have to go out and go get him a pistol. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, I can tell his dad kind of afraid of him, saying his son got mental issues. But you know what, man? You just got to do what you got to do, man. You probably going to have to take your son out this world if he keeps getting out of pocket like this. You know, especially if he's that mentally disturbed and mentally crazy like that, you're gonna have to delete your son. I know you don't want to do it. It's easy said than done, but you know, sometimes parents gotta make that difficult choice on getting rid of their kids permanently. Anyway, peace.